and it was those opposite who oversaw the worst decade of productivity growth in more than half a century. And now it is those opposite who want to come in here and lecture us about productivity. Maybe they should stick to subjects that they know best, like colour-coded spreadsheets, because boosting productivity is certainly not something that they are qualified to speak on.
Call the member for Hunter.
Thank you, Speaker. I'd just like to comment on a couple of the member for Riverina's comments there, saying that Labor doesn't like mining, Labor doesn't like resources, Labor doesn't really like anything is pretty much what he was getting at. But we support miners in the Hunter. We support miners all around Australia. And whilst people want to buy our coal, we'll continue to supply them our coal. 93% of the coal from the Hunter is exported out of this country. So it's not even used in our coal-fired power stations. And as I said, whilst people want to buy our coal, we will always supply them our coal. And thank you to the hard-working miners all around Australia for what you do. You put your lives on the line every day to go to work, earn a good income to come and support your family. So thank you for all you do. Speaker, I find it quite ironic that those opposite want to come in here and talk about productivity, when the only thing that they're productive at is pointing fingers. They had a decade in government and absolutely wasted it with misguided priorities and missed opportunities. This failure did not contribute to a more productive country, that's for sure. And it was those opposite who caused productivity to plummet. And it was those opposite who oversaw the worst decade of productivity growth in more than half a century. And now it is those opposite who want to come in here and lecture us about productivity. Maybe they should stick to subjects that they know best, like colour-coded spreadsheets, because boosting productivity is certainly not something that they are qualified to speak on. The way that they view productivity is the way that they view productivity, and the way that we view productivity are two very different things. We believe that workers drive our country forward, and if they are protected and paid properly, then they are going to do the best they can in their workplaces. We value our workers, and we know that it's because of them that our country is able to keep moving forward. But those opposite unfortunately see workers as pawns on a chessboard. They think they are there to serve the business they work for, and it's for the business to use them and treat them any way that they please. They want Australians to work longer for less, because they don't care whether somebody works hard all week to hardly be able to provide for their families. But we look at things differently, Deputy Speaker. That's why our budget was focused on making life better for everyday working people, because it's by lifting these people up that we also lift productivity. We invested in people, new industries and better functioning markets, and boosting competition. And, Speaker, the best example of boosting productivity is by giving people opportunities that they've never had before. In my electorate, hundreds, if not thousands of people have been able to go and get a trade, something that will set them up and open countless doors for good employment for years to come. And many more people having a trade means one thing: more productivity in our economy. All of this is possible because of our fee-free TAFE policies and the fact that we are opening more fee-free TAFE for construction workers, for plumbers, for chippies, as I said, with construction workers, but also for boilermakers, for fitters, for mechanics, in so many different areas of trades that we need in the Hunter. Those opposite firmly believe that we could boost productivity by blocking wage rises, leaving workers struggling with the costs of living. They think that creating insecure jobs and unsafe working conditions will help productivity growth. We want secure jobs, Deputy Speaker. We want people to have good, healthy and safe conditions at work. And we want people to be able to be paid properly for the job they do, because everyone should be able to go home at the end of a long, hard day and feel like it's worth it because they are able to properly provide for themselves and their families. Speaker, for 10 years workers were neglected. The results are clear. The Coalition's report card on productivity has been a big fat F stamped on the front. They failed workers, they failed to increase productivity, and they left us in a hole that we are working hard to get out of. It will take time to repair the damage to Australia's productivity growth done by the opposition's decade of neglect. But we know that a new approach is needed, an approach that puts workers at the centre of everything we do, and that's what we are delivering on. We've had a focus on helping our business to be more productive, but we aren't doing it by neglecting workers, because we have learnt one thing from those opposites: it's that this approach definitely does not work. Instead, we have a solid pipeline for business investment, which is now above where it was during the mining boom, and our policies are helping to not only attract investment but to better absorb it and enable it. So, Deputy Speaker, we want our country to be more productive, and we're doing the best we can to make sure that happens. Thank you.